Here's Francisco. Please do not watch this video. The content is personal and private, and I don't want you to watch it. You can only watch this video if I gave you my personal permission first. In case you don't have my personal permission, please abandon the video immediately. My sailors, how are you doing? I'm going to do some thoughts in this video. I apologize if these thoughts might disturb. That's obviously not the objective. In case of finding errors in the video, I would appreciate if you could report them back. In the description there might be update details, and make sure that you read the description of the video and understand it fully before continuing watching further parts of this video. And okay, I'll put here to subscribe in case you haven't done that yet, and you can find me at libertadeideas.com. That is libertadeideas.com. Today is 25 October 2017. It's actually more or less 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's actually very late in the night. And yeah, I wanted to talk about the independence of Catalonia. A viral video came out related to the independence of Catalonia, the Catalan nationalism movement. And yeah, this video is called Help Catalonia Save Europe. Help Catalonia Save Europe. It's a video produced by Òmnium Cultural, and it's fully packed with lies. I just wanted to, Òmnium Cultural is an organization, a public organization, to my knowledge, is a public organization related to the autonomous government of Catalonia, and it promotes separatism, Catalan separatism, or Catalan nationalism, or the independence movement of Catalonia, however you want to call it. And yeah, it's doing this propaganda for the movement of independence of Catalonia. Catalonia is a region of Spain, by the way. Okay, so yeah, first of all, I wanted to start the video by thanking a video on which I'm inspiring to some extent. This video is produced by Tyler Preston 20. Tyler Preston 20. A response to Help Catalonia Save Europe. So I'll put the reference of the video of this guy. So, and I wanted to thank him for his efforts in trying to expose at least some of the lies in this video. I mean, it's so full of lies that you'd never finish explaining all those lies. I'm going to try to do my best here, doing a video, my own version of exposing at least some of the lies that I clearly see in this video. And yeah, I wanted to say also to be aware with respect to the image that is going to be shown. It's graphic content, it's some violent content, it's not nice to watch, so I just wanted to make the audience aware of that. Okay, you, my sailors, I wanted to make you aware of that. So I guess the words for that, the wording is use viewer discretion is advised. Okay, so I just wanted to start with that. Okay, so let's get into it.
This is Barcelona, Catalonia, Europe. These people behind me are Catalans.
These people behind me are Catalans. Wait, no, they're not Catalans. They are Catalan separatists. You can tell that by the flag they're wearing. The official flag of Catalonia is this one here, without a star, just the 4 red bars. In the yellow background, that's the region of Catalonia, the flag, the official flag. And the ones with the star, there are actually 2 versions. I'll try to put them here on the screen. These 2 versions of the flag with a star is the independence movement of Catalonia flag. There are flags for the independence movement of Catalonia. And also in the image, in the footage, we can see the SI. This means sí, which is yes in Catalan and Spanish. This is yes for the independence. So they're clearly Catalan separatists. They're not Catalans, they're Catalan separatists. That's very important. And Catalan separatists are estimated to be clearly less than 50% of the population in Catalonia. This is based on the election of 27 September 2015. The main political parties, they did a joint force. They called it Together for the Yes, Junts pel Sí, Together for the Yes, yes independence, that is. And they didn't even get 50% of the votes. Okay, so that's important to note. Catalan separatists are estimated to be clearly less than 50%, at most 50% of the population in Catalonia, but probably much less of the population living in Catalonia. So by calling all those people, you're saying, all those people behind you, Catalans, you're stretching the truth. You're stretching the truth to eclipse and to hide that other 50% of the population of Catalonia, that other 50% of Catalans which are not for independence, which are not separatists. Okay, so that people behind you are not Catalans, they're Catalan separatists. Get your facts right, young lady.
We, the Catalans, are taking back the streets to protest peacefully, over and over again.
To protest peacefully. Catalan separatists demonstrating peacefully? Well, actually here is where we come to the ugly footage and ugly sources. So this footage, I'll try to put you some footage of Catalan separatists attacking a Catalan father and his family, screaming, yelling and shouting insults. They're actually insulting this little girl and her family. Yeah, and just because of, or at least you can see the girl wearing a t-shirt of the Spanish national soccer team. Okay, so and these people, these crowds, these separatist crowds, you can tell by the star in the flag, the independence movement of Catalonia, one of the flags of the independence movement of Catalonia. So the crowds are separatists, and they're actually yelling at the family and yelling at the young little girl who's wearing the t-shirt of the Spanish national soccer team. Okay, and they're insulting, yelling, and maybe there were even aggressions, but I don't recall them in the video. I'll try to put you the footage right here. I believe this footage is from Catalonia 2012. The YouTube channel, the source is Top Viral TV. Top Viral TV, that's the source for that video. Okay, another example is the Soccer Eurocup 2016. 5 Catalan separatists kicked 2 girls, supporters of the Spanish national soccer team in Barcelona. This is from Eurocup in June 2016, and the source is Antena 3 television channel. Antena 3 is a famous television channel in Spain, and I actually have here some screenshots. Okay, so you can check this out. I'll try to put you the footage. Well, the footage, like I say, it's violent. I'd rather not show it, but you can do your own research. Dos mujeres agredidas en Barcelona por apoyar a la Roja. 2 women attacked or assaulted in Barcelona for supporting the Red. The Red is the national Spanish football soccer team, Spanish national soccer team. Okay, so yeah, make sure you antena3.com. Make sure you check the source. Another example is the destruction of 3 police cars. This is of the Guardia Civil. Guardia Civil is a national police force of Spain, and this was in 20 September 2017 to my knowledge. And here is the source, for example, El País, a well-known newspaper outlet. Okay, so you can see the vehicle, how they destroyed. There are actually more photos. If you go to the website of El País, you can just search the keywords there. So that will be así han quedado los coches de la Guardia Civil tras la protesta de Barcelona. This is how there are left, cars were left, the Guardia Civil cars were left after the protests in Barcelona. Okay, so I mean the imagery is just scandalous, right? I mean it's just incredible. Okay, so police cars destroyed. Okay, and like I say, there were many photos, at least 18 photos in elpais.com. Okay, another source could be, for example, Libertad Digital, libertaddigital.com. La Guardia Civil sale escoltada por los Mossos de la Consejería de Economía. Okay, so that's the Spanish police cars. You can see by the flags, from the flags with a star, that is the independence movement of Catalonia. They are Catalan separatists. Okay, so peaceful. You say they're young lady, you say they're peaceful. Okay, La Guardia Civil sale escoltada por, Guardia Civil came out escorted by the Mossos from the building of economy, the Department of Economy Administration. Mossos is the Catalan police. Mossos de Esquadra, Catalan police. It's very important to know that because we'll see more about them. Another example would be the chair thrown at a policeman from La Vanguardia. It's a well-known newspaper as well, newspaper outlet, from 1st October 2017. Okay, put you the image, the footage here. It's violent, it's ugly, it's not nice. You can see how they throw a chair to a policeman who's trying to access a school because the referendum was declared illegal. Okay, the policemen, they were accessing the school. Maybe it was not nice how they were accessing by destroying the doors, the glass doors. But nonetheless, to throw a chair to a policeman, I mean, you call that a pacifist movement? I mean, a pacifist protest or peaceful protests? So this is from 1 October 2017, the day of the referendum. Another example is kicks in, again, 1 October 2017. Someone who was actually aspiring or who was training or wanted to become a Mosso de Esquadra, a Catalan policeman, okay, a guy who wanted to be a Catalan policeman or was preparing to become a Catalan policeman, actually attacked Spanish National Police and Guardia Civil, another part of the branch of the another police of Spain. So here's the news outlet. Okay, like I say, the video is very violent. You can see here how the guy is giving the kicks. You can see how he's kicking his head. I mean, really violent. Here, kicking his head again. I don't know if it's the same guy. I guess by the news that is the same guy. But detenido un joven por dar una patada en la cabeza a un guardia civil durante el 1 de octubre. So arrested. A young has been arrested for giving a kick on the head to a guardia civil during 1st October, the day of the referendum. Okay, so pretty violent stuff here. Okay. Also, another case is the stones that were thrown to Spanish police cars, the Guardia Civil again. Okay, so here's the ABC.es, so abc.es, well-known Spanish news outlet. So here would be the screenshot. Okay, you can see the imagery. You can search, you can do your own research to find out those videos, how the Guardia Civil are being thrown stones. Lluvia de piedras, so that's the rain of stones, and agresiones a la policía, so police aggressions to the police, and agents of the Guardia Civil during 1st October, the day of the referendum. I mean, this is from, well, 1 October 2017. So, very violent stuff, okay?
Taking back the streets to protest peacefully, over and over again. And why are we doing this? Basically because we're European citizens and we believe in European values, freedom, democracy, and human rights.
We believe in European values, freedom, democracy, and human rights. European values, freedom. I mean, maybe you mean American values, don't you? I mean, freedom as a European value. I think security and safety are more rooted in what could be called as European values. But I actually don't think you know what you're talking about anyway. So I mean, you're just running this propaganda. So and you say you believe in democracy. Well, how about the coup d'etat, the coup that happened in 6 and 7 September 2017 in the Catalonian Parliament? I recommend everyone to research about 6 and 7 September 2017, the Catalan Parliament. Okay, how about your illegally declared referendum by justice, not the Spanish government, but by justice, and your fraudulent voting, where people voted even more than once, okay, voted several times, and the ballot boxes were actually full before the voting in some cases. More about that in a few seconds. How about your so-called right to decide of the Catalans above the rights of the rest of the Spaniards, essentially claiming rights that harm the freedom of others. I mean, the independence of Catalonia affects all Spaniards and therefore is for all Spaniards to decide as stated in the law. Okay, but you call yourself that you're for European, so-called something that you call European values, freedom, democracy.
We're European citizens and we believe in European values, freedom, democracy and human rights. We as Catalans have always stood for social rights, public health, equality for women and education.
Education? And you mean indoctrination, no? You mean indoctrination. Why don't you talk about all the strong indoctrination campaigns performed by the autonomous government of Catalonia? Basically, all their political program is to promote their agenda for independence. They resort heavily to indoctrination for it through many different channels, directly and indirectly, with colossal amounts of money. Not just through elementary education, where textbooks present Catalonia as an independent nation with an altered version of history, and resort to victimhood to present Catalonia as a victim of an evil Spanish state. Also subsidizing private companies in line with the interests of the regime, and public workplaces offered only to workers to prove some degree of inclination towards the Catalan nationalism. To my knowledge, high-rank public workers are directly appointed by finger just based on ideology. I believe this is the case of Mossos d'Esquadra, Catalan police again, Chief Pere Soler, who said, "I feel sorry for all Spaniards." Here is a screenshot of the newspaper El Mundo, a very well-known newspaper in Spain. Pere Soler, el nuevo jefe de los Mossos, me dais pena a todos los españoles. So Pere Soler, the new boss of the Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, I feel sorry for all Spaniards. This is the screenshot of the news outlet. This comes from 18 July 2017. Okay. Also, Catalan Public Television, TV3, TV3, the Catalan Public Television, offering strongly biased news coverage and entertainment programs promoting Catalan nationalism. And by the way, Catalan Public Television, TV3, in the neighbor region Valencia was actually banned. In neighbor regions of Spain, they were shut, this television channel. TV3, Catalan Television, Public Television, TV3. In the region of Valencia, the autonomous region of Valencia, this television channel was actually even banned. Okay, so that's also worth noting. I mean, you're for education and indoctrination, maybe you should say. Okay, and what about the financing of Catalan activist groups like Òmnium Cultural, producer of this video, Help Catalonia Save Europe? And I believe also ANC, Asamblea Nacional Catalana. Okay, so this is all about heavy funding from the autonomous government of Catalonia, promoting its agenda, its political agenda about the independence of Catalonia. Okay, don't forget about that. You might as well call it indoctrination, not education. And with regards to social rights, it might be of interest to your audience. The Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, has become actually a political police to protect only the good Catalans, those ideologically close to the regime, for independence of Catalonia, Catalan nationalism, or Catalan separatism. Because in October, 1st October 2017, there's lots of footage on the internet about Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, doing nothing to stop the referendum taking place in front of their very own eyes. So, okay, I'll try to put some keywords here or some reference to some videos that you may search on the internet. You see the Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, and citizens are complaining that, hey, why aren't you doing anything about this? They're voting there, they're doing the referendum, it's declared illegal. Whether it's right that or not, to be declared illegal, that's another topic. The point is, it has been declared illegal. Why aren't the Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, why aren't you stopping them? In the middle of the street, some citizens were complaining to the Mossos d'Esquadra, to the Catalan police. So the Catalan police has become a political police, okay, talking about human rights, social rights, and equality, and blah blah blah. Okay, that's also very important to note. Also, what about equality for women? We've already covered that point. Okay, so dos mujeres agredidas en Barcelona por apoyar a La Roja. Two women attacked in Barcelona for supporting La Roja, the Spanish football soccer team. Okay, we've talked about this. This was in June 2016, I believe I've said before. Yeah, it's definitely 2016, the Euro Cup, I believe this was. So two women attacked in Barcelona. You can see the footage. It's not nice. They're being attacked. Yeah, and so, okay, I mean, equality for women. You call this equality for women? Catalan separatists attacking women? I mean, come on. I mean, come on.
We as Catalans have always stood for social rights, public health, equality for women, and education. We are an open society made up of people from all around the world.
We are an open society. Well, okay, so let me just play you a little clip, a little footage. This is about Ana Tarres. Okay, she's an expert in history and a political activist. And she basically says, only those who talk Catalan are Catalans. Others are not Catalans. They're settlers, okay? Like invaders, almost. It sounds like that, you know, settlers.
Aquells que parlen castellà a Catalunya. Aquests són colons, no són catalans. No és català algú que no parla català. És català només aquell que parla català.
So, only those who talk Catalan are Catalans. Others are settlers. I'll play you the clip.
We are an open society made up of people from all around the world.
Aquells que parlen castellà a Catalunya. Aquests són colons, no són catalans. No és català algú que no parla català. És català només aquell que parla català.
How much sectarism you notice here, right? Also, you say you're an open society. Well, maybe as open as your video. I mean, the comments of your video. For the audience, it might be interesting to know the comments in your video are disabled. Okay. I don't know if I managed to make it visible to you. Basically, it says comments are disabled for this video. And you see also that the likes and dislikes buttons are disabled. You cannot see how many people like this video or how many people don't like this video. I mean, I think it's relevant. I think it's relevant. I mean, and lots of views, this video. My video probably doesn't get lots of views, but at least you'll be able to see whether people like it or not. And comments, I don't plan to shut them down, you know, to hide comments and to disable them. Comments are disabled for this video, okay? So we are an open society, but comments are disabled. Eh? Very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Comments are disabled, and whether they liked the videos being liked or not, it's also disabled for no one to know. Yeah, they're very open society. And also their footage of how they burned Spanish flags, for example. And we've already talked about this. No, they're an open society. They stand for equality for women, but you see, they attacked. A group of Catalan separatists attacked two women just for supporting the Spanish national team. Okay, so but they're an open society, right? I mean, it's just incredible. Also, the footage. I don't know if I've already shown you. I think yeah, we've covered this. The police cars being attacked. Okay, we are an open society. The woman says. Okay, this is police car. Probably this is the same police car. I think there were 3 cars in total that were attacked. Okay, we are an open society. Okay, yeah, it's incredible, really.
We are an open society made up of people from all around the world. We are pacifists.
What? Okay, we've already covered that. Okay, we've already debunked that theory. You're pacifist? I mean, come on, you're pacifist? You mean peaceful, probably, but you're not peaceful. You're not peaceful. I mean, should I quickly cover these things? I mean, the things we've already talked about? I mean, women being attacked by separatist groups just for supporting the Spanish national team. Okay, police cars being attacked. Okay, it's incredible, really incredible. In what state they leave the car, it's just incredible. And 3 cars, they were in total, I believe there were 3 cars. More photos. Okay, you can check the sources. Please do check the sources. Okay, a guy giving kicks to police, kicking the head of policemen. And he was actually wanting to become a Catalan police, Mosso de Escuadra. Okay, so I mean, well, it's just incredible, right? I mean, and stones, a rain of stones and aggressions to police during 1st October 2017. I mean, check those videos. Please do your research, check those videos. I mean, we are pacifists. I mean, you're all but pacifists. I mean, you can try to say whatever you want, but not pacifist and not peaceful. Certainly not that.
We are pacifists, and we have shown this to the world in mass demonstrations. Sadly, all of these values are under attack right now, here in Catalonia, my home.
Sadly, all those values are under attack. Yeah, you're right, they're under attack. Those values are being attacked by the autonomous government of Catalonia, which instead of governing, it is pushing its political agenda for bureaucratic expansionism and taking away the the central government of Spain, pushing it out of Catalonia. And let's not forget that the president of the government of Catalonia, Carles Puigdemont, was never chosen in an election. He was appointed by finger. Okay, he was not a product. He's not a product of democracy. He was appointed by finger.
Just a few days ago, October the 1st, the Spanish government deployed thousands of police to stop the independence referendum.
October the 1st, the government deployed thousands of police to stop the independence referendum. I mean, come on, with the music and everything, I mean, stop creating drama, please. And stop crying, for heaven's sake. I mean, so sad, everything. I mean, come on. So, the illegally declared referendum, okay? To stop the independence referendum, to stop the illegally declared referendum. That's an important point, okay? It has been illegally declared. Here is some clip, some evidence about this. This is the Constitutional Court of Spain declared the referendum illegal. The source is Euronews Spanish. That is from 7th September 2017, Euronews Español. I'll just play the clip here right now, but first I'm going to translate, but I'm going to translate in English what they say in the clip. The Constitutional Court suspends the law of the referendum of the autodetermination of Catalonia and the decree of the call for the popular consultation of October the 1st. The Constitutional Court made this call one day after the controversial law was approved in the Catalan Parliament. Okay? So, I'll play the clip.
El Tribunal Constitucional suspende la ley del referéndum de autodeterminación de Cataluña y el decreto de convocatoria de la consulta popular para el 1 de octubre. La justicia se ha pronunciado un día después de que el Parlamento aprobara la controvertida ley.
Just to make things clear, to put the record straight, the Constitutional Court of Spain declared the referendum illegal. It's not a minor point. It's worth noting. So, and to my knowledge, the police was sent by the Superior Court of Catalonia, that is the Fiscalía Superior de Cataluña, not by the Spanish government, okay? So by the Superior Court of Catalonia. Superior Court of Catalonia were the ones who sent the police, not the Spanish government, okay? Here I have, for example, news outlet. Okay, this is La Vanguardia, lavanguardia.com. It's a famous, well-known Spanish news outlet, and it says, La Fiscalía ordena a los Mossos, la Policía Nacional y la Guardia Civil que requisen urnas. This means the Fiscalía I translate it as the Superior Court of Catalonia. The Superior Court of Catalonia orders the Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, the National Police, and the Guardia Civil, so the two main national police of Spain, that they take the ballot boxes. They pick the ballot boxes. This, by the way, is from date. This source is from 12 September 2017 from La Vanguardia. Okay, so it's very, very important. The independence referendum you're talking about, young lady, is an illegally declared referendum by the Constitutional Court of Spain. And the police that has been sent, that you're talking about, is not sent by the Spanish government, as you're saying. It has been sent by the Superior Court of Catalonia, Fiscalía Superior de Cataluña. I mean, minor details. You gotta know. You have to take all this into account. Okay?
They assaulted polling stations. They beat senior citizens and young people.
They beat senior citizens and young people. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I mean, let me get something straight from the gate. I mean, I don't like what happened 1st October, October the 1st. I mean, those images were horrible. I mean, nobody likes that. I mean, and I don't like that, obviously. But I mean, this video, this girl, like, the Spaniards are so horrible and so bad. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. She's like gonna whine there, start whining. I mean, and the music and the drama and all that. I mean, it's just ludicrous. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, so let's talk a little bit about this. I mean, the Spanish police did a great job. I mean, to my knowledge, they did a great job. They did their job like good professionals, actually. Okay, as incredible as it may sound, if a policeman drags an old lady by pulling from her hair, okay, the policeman is pulling the hair of the young lady, or the old lady, young lady, old lady, whatever. I mean, it's usually actually violence produced by the old lady, not the policeman. Okay, it's the old lady offering resistance. The policeman asks you to leave, and you don't. Well, from that moment on, from that time on, you're offering resistance, and you're doing something illegal, actually. Okay, so the police will try to pull you by the hand or the arm. If that doesn't work, they will try to grab you maybe from the waist or the torso, and they'll try to pull you. Okay, but the policeman has orders to remove you from that place, and you're not giving them any other alternative. Okay, so as incredible as it may sound, all those images of Spanish police doing all those somewhat violent, I mean, or even very violent actions, they had no alternative. Passive resistance is also resistance. Okay, so these old ladies, they were not giving the policemen any other alternative. Policemen asked them, hey, you have to leave this place. From that point on, you're doing something illegal if you don't do what the policeman says. So you're already, passive resistance is also resistance, and you're doing something illegal, and the policeman, you're not giving him any other alternative. So as unbelievable as it may sound, all those images of October 1st, 2017, in Catalonia, the referendum, the policeman, the violence, it's like policemen are actually called professionally the legal violence. It's called the legal violence. So that violence, as incredible as it may sound, is produced by the people, not the policemen. That's very important to know. They are doing their job as best as they can. And to my knowledge, and and I believe that most Spaniards would agree, the policemen did a good job. They behaved like good professionals, and they did a very good job. And but still, nobody's happy in Spain with what happened. I'm not happy. Nobody's happy. Not even the police or the department, the Ministry of Internal Affairs in Spain. They're not happy. So actually, I have some. I'll show you some news, but I'll keep following here the notes. So this is very important. I mean, the passive resistance is also resistance. And here, okay, La Vanguardia. This is La Vanguardia, again, newspaper, well-known newspaper outlet. This is from October 1st news, well, actually 2nd October 2017 news. Interior asegura que 431 policías y guardias civiles resultaron heridos en el dispositivo. Okay? So, this is also very important. So, Ministry of Internal Affairs is assuring that 431 policemen and guardia civils, which the other type of police, Spanish National Police, they resulted injured in 1st October. 431. Okay, so also many policemen were injured. I've already shown you the footage. There were some Catalan separatists, some Catalan nationalists who were aggressive against the policemen, and at least according to La Vanguardia newspaper, according to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, there were 431 policemen injured. By the way, the Catalan government talked about approximately 900 Catalan civilians injured. But where are the photos? The photos of the hospitals. Okay, the photos of the hospitals, because there was a horrible terror attack in Barcelona. This was in August, in Las Ramblas, a well-known touristic street, with the van which ran over people. And there were lots of photos afterwards. In the aftermath, there were photos in the hospitals about with regards to the injured people. So where are the injured people? Of the 900 so-called injured people from the referendum, according to the autonomous government of Catalonia? Where are those photos of the injured people? Why haven't we seen any photos in hospitals? To my knowledge, at least, I haven't seen any photos of that. Okay, so that's also to be questioned. And whether this is true or not, I don't know. I mean, at least according to this newspaper, according to the ministry, there were 431 policemen injured. So there was violence produced by the demonstrators, the Catalan separatists, and any violence produced by the police. To my knowledge, the Ministry of Internal Affairs actually said sorry for that. Also, is questionable. The 900 injured people figure from the autonomous government of Catalonia is very questionable. And to my knowledge, they were even counted people who suffered anxiety attacks by watching on the TV all the outbreak of the referendum. Okay, so these people were counted as those of the 900 injured people, injured civilians, with regards to the Catalan referendum of independence in 1 October 2017. So this 900 figure of injured by the policemen is very, very, very questionable. Okay, the figure that comes from the autonomous government of Catalonia. But let's keep watching.
And they seized ballot boxes.
Stop. By the way, this image of this old woman with blood, all her face covered with blood.
They seized ballot boxes.
This is very important, okay, because this image is obviously very powerful image, very shocking. Some sources claim that this is fake blood, aka red paint, okay, it's red paint. And now who's lying? Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, who's lying? I mean, is she actually wearing red paint instead of blood, or are there people who saying that that blood is fake blood actually lying? Who's the one lying and who's the one saying the truth? It's hard to say, but a couple of points that should be taken into account. I mean, this woman, if you see some footage, just make sure I'd recommend you to do some research and watch some videos about the 1st October 2017, the referendum of independence of Catalonia. This woman with the blood on her face, if you notice the videos, you will see that she looks very, very conscious, very, very conscious at all times. She doesn't seem like shocked or like well, shocked maybe, yeah, but I mean, she doesn't seem like really suffering. You know, you don't feel like she's suffering or feeling any pain, real pain. It doesn't, at least to me, that doesn't give me that impression.
Seized ballot boxes.
Also, there's no wound in her forehead. If you watch her forehead, you won't see any wound. So it's very curious how you get your face all full with blood without any wound in your head. I mean, that's also very worth noting. And she doesn't only seem perfectly conscious, but she acts rather shocked that she is getting so much attention. I mean, like I say, just watch the videos, how she's behaving. She's like shocked, but not shocked by the pain that she has of a theoretical wound that she has in her head that nobody can see. But she is acting like shocked by everybody paying so much attention to her. So she's like, hey, why everybody's looking at me? Why everybody's looking? I mean, come on. Because you have the whole face full with red paint or blood, and so that's the reason why everybody's looking at her. But she acts like shocked, like, hey, why everybody's paying me so much attention? And if you notice, people that interact with her, they act like nothing, like if nothing is happening to her. Okay, only the first reaction. When they see her, they say, oh my god, are you okay? But in a few seconds after the first contact, after they communicate, like, you're okay, nothing's happening to you. So just have a look at it. Have a look at how people around this old lady is interacting with her, and it doesn't seem like she's really genuinely injured. That's my point of view, but it's worth noting. Okay, it's just I just wanted to make this point.
Polling stations. They beat senior citizens and young people, and they seized ballot boxes. What crime had these people committed? Going out to vote.
What crime had these people committed? Going out to vote. No, wait a second. Participating in a referendum declared illegal. Okay, that was the mistake. Participating in a referendum declared illegal. Okay, now we could debate whether to declare it illegal or not was right. Okay, but that's another topic. And for that, you need to know that the entire country of Spain would need to vote for the independence of Catalonia. It's a sovereignty issue, and therefore it has to be decided by all Spaniards, not just by Catalans. The police there were just to stop this illegal event from taking place. Okay, so get your facts right. I mean, okay, the crime they did was not just going out to vote, but participating in a referendum declared illegal. Okay, and the police was there to enforce the law and to make sure that everything was kept within the law. Okay, that's the key thing here. Okay, end of story.
What crime had these people committed? Going out to vote. Only asking for their voices to be heard.
No, wait a second. Participating in a referendum declared illegal. Okay, that was the mistake. Participating in a referendum declared illegal.
Going out to vote. Only asking for their voices to be heard, just like the Scottish did not that long ago.
By the way, for the record, these images of this guy, this man with blood in his face,
just like the Scottish.
I mean, I believe these images are not from Spain, maybe from Scotland. Okay, so for the record, I think this woman is saying it in her video, but just to be clear, to my knowledge, these images are not from Spain. And to my knowledge, many images that are shown in this video of police brutality is not necessarily all from 1st October 2017. To my knowledge, there are images, so that's important. People should check these images because they're very impressive images. What happened in 1st October 2017 in Catalonia, that was not nice, but I believe some images in this video do not belong to that event. So that's also worth noting.
The Catalan government requested many times to the Spanish parliament to agree to a referendum, but Mariano Rajoy rejected any kind of dialogue.
Now you say Mariano Rajoy rejected any kind of dialogue. Well, I believe this is wrong. I have found some footage, 2013 dialogue within the law. Diálogo dentro de la ley. Dialogue within the law. Okay, I'll try to play the footage here and maybe put some translation notes beneath.
Seguiremos escuchando a todos. Yo escucho a todos, entre otras cosas, porque es mi obligación, aunque algunos no parezcan entenderlo. Seguiremos hablando con todos. Y mi disposición es plena a hablar y a dialogar. De lo único que no voy a hablar es de lo que se salga dentro de la legalidad, porque el presidente del gobierno no puede incumplir la ley. Es el primer obligado a cumplir la ley. Y si alguien quiere cambiarla, pues ya sabe lo que tiene que hacer, porque hay procedimientos establecidos en las leyes para promover su modificación. Pero el presidente del gobierno tiene la obligación de cumplir la ley. Y dentro de la ley, insisto, seguiré manteniendo mi disposición al diálogo y creo que últimamente he dado sobradas muestras de ello.
Okay, so I believe the Catalan government was not really requesting for dialogue. Okay, not really requesting dialogue, but rather demanding dialogue under certain conditions. So that is not asking for dialogue. This is actually an attempt to impose conditions on someone else. Okay, so it may seem as if the autonomous government of Catalonia was asking for dialogue, but that's you need to be very careful, because the way they ask for dialogue, it's very important, because to my knowledge, I believe they were not really asking for dialogue, but they were trying to impose some conditions, to my knowledge. Okay, actually, I believe that it was Carles Puigdemont who rejected dialogue. I believe he was invited several times to the Congress of the Deputies, and he rejected at least once, but I believe several times. Here I have some news for that. This is from HuffingtonPost.es for Spain. HuffingtonPost.es is a well-known media outlet. So they say Puigdemont rechaza ir al Congreso a negociar antes el referéndum. So Puigdemont rejects going to Congress without negotiating first the referendum. Huffington Post. Okay, it's a well-known news outlet. Okay, you can check this news from 19th May 2017. Okay, Huffington Post. Puigdemont rejects going to Congress. I believe he was offered, Carles Puigdemont was offered several times to go to Madrid for talks. in the Congress of the Deputies, I believe, at least once, as we see in the news, but maybe several times. Also, it's important to note that Mariano Rajoy was elected president of Spain twice, okay? And the second time, even with more support than the first one. So Mariano Rajoy is a product of democracy, okay? He came through elections 2 times, and the second time he got even more support than the first time, okay? Carles Puigdemont, Mariano Rajoy is president of Spain. Carles Puigdemont, president of the autonomous government of Catalonia. He did not came from any elections, but he was rather appointed by finger. Okay, it's very important to notice as well.
But Mariano Rajoy rejected any kind of dialogue.
Oh, and by the way, one little thing more, young lady, since you're on the topic of bad government. The autonomous government of Catalonia is for many people a synonym of corruption, okay? I encourage people to research about the Caso Palau de la Música Catalana. I'll write the keywords here. Caso Palau de la Música Catalana. This is the case of the Music Palace of Catalonia, the Catalan Music Palace. In Barcelona, there's this music palace. So it's a case of corruption. Caso Palau de la Música Catalana. There's also where they stole money. Politicians of the autonomous government of Catalonia stole money, to my knowledge. So there's another case, the Caso del 3%, the case of the 3%. Okay, that's also very important that you check that out. Case of the 3%, Caso del 3%. To my knowledge, this 3% figure is an illegal fee that was applied to inflate the costs of all public constructions, and later politicians would pocket this money for themselves in Catalonia. So to my knowledge, that's exactly what happened, but please do your own research. Also, Jordi Pujol, ex-president of the autonomous government of Catalonia, he was for many years president of Catalonia, I think. So, but you might want to check him out. Jordi Pujol and his family, ex-president of the autonomous government of Catalonia. I mean, to my knowledge, he had lots of money or maybe he even still has lots of money in Switzerland, okay, the country in Europe, Andorra, another country in Europe, okay, with their special banking policies, and okay, and at least presumptive tax haven. I mean, I don't know if they are exactly recognized tax havens, but Andorra and Switzerland, I believe that they had some kind of recognition as such. So they had money in Andorra, the small country between France and Spain, and Switzerland, he and his family, and I believe he has been declared corrupt, in being engaged in fraud, I believe, but I'm not so sure. Please do your own research about Jordi Pujol. Also, Artur Mas, I don't know whether he is a corrupt politician or not, but notice one little thing. After the elections, the regional elections in Catalonia in 27 September 2015, the CUP party, that is the CUP party, radical left party, CUP party, would not allow him to be president because of corruption, or at least presumptive corruption, suspected corruption. So whether Artur Mas, ex-president, also ex-president of the autonomous government of Catalonia, whether he is or not a corrupt politician, I don't know. But I believe Jordi Pujol has been found as actually guilty for engaging in fraud, to my knowledge. But all I'm saying here is please do your own research, okay? Artur Mas, Jordi Pujol, Caso del 3%, Caso Palau de la Música Catalana. Okay, all this. I mean, come on. I mean, this young lady likes to talk about, criticize heavily the government of Spain and Mariano Rajoy, our president, and all that. Well, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the autonomous government of Catalonia and how clean it actually is. Okay, so I encourage people to do your own research. Thanks in advance.
But Mariano Rajoy rejected any kind of dialogue. Our support for independence rocketed.
Support for independence rocketed. Oh yeah, rocketed. Look at those images. It's going upwards, clearly upwards.
Our support for independence rocketed.
I mean, yeah, support for independence rocketed. Yeah, you have the autonomous government of Catalonia, not governing, but rather focused on its agenda to promote independence. The autonomous government of Catalonia, instead of doing its job governing the region, has been focused on its project to steal a piece of the country to all Spaniards. So The independence of Catalonia, the movement, the separatism, Catalan separatism or Catalan nationalism, it's a movement top down from the government to the people. Okay, not the other way around. It's from the government to the people. You have what I've described before. I mean, public money being pumped into invested in producing this manipulative propagandistic video, for example, your own video, your own lady. I mean, you have public money through the Catalan public television, that is TV3, TV3, Catalan public television TV3, promoting Catalan nationalism or separatism or independence, as you want to call it, and through subsidizing companies that are aligned with the interests of the nationalistic interests of the independence movement of Catalonia. So you have all these efforts of the autonomous government of the region, pumping, literally pumping independence or its political agenda for independence of Catalonia or Catalan separatism or Catalan nationalism, however you want to call it, and investing heavily. For example, your own video from Òmnium Cultural, which is an organization, to my knowledge, that they produce this kind of propaganda for Catalan nationalism, financed with public money. Also ANC, Asamblea Nacional Catalana, National Catalan Assembly. I believe it's also another example of public organization financed by the autonomous government of Catalonia, whose aim is to just promote independence of Catalonia. Okay, so instead of governing the autonomous government of Catalonia, what they have been doing is pumping its political agenda. Okay, so yeah, support for independence rocketed. Actually, I'd say it's raised through the pumping from the autonomous government of Catalonia. Okay, and for example, I believe they couldn't pay some pharmacies. They came on the news some years ago. They had problems to pay pharmaceutical suppliers. I'll try to find something about that, but I believe the autonomous government of Catalonia has not been governing very well the region. Like, for example, this is a very, very clear case of problems because the suppliers, pharmaceutical suppliers, were not getting their pay. They were not getting their money, to my knowledge. Okay, this case is an example. So, and it's the monotema, the monotopic of Puigdemont, as Inés Arrimadas said, the monotopic, the one topic of Carles Puigdemont, the current president of the autonomous region of Catalonia. The autonomous government of Catalonia has this one topic, independence of Catalonia, and it has been its focus. Traveling to Harvard, for example, university, trying to promote the independence of Catalonia, opening embassies in Denmark, I believe, in Copenhagen, the sister of Pep Guardiola, Francesca Guardiola, I believe she's called, and yeah, with good wages, all of these people with good wages, with her embassy for Catalonia embassy, trying to promote the independence of Catalonia. I mean, there's been so much pumping of funds and investment from the autonomous government of Catalonia. Of course, support for independence rocketed. It was really, really pumped by the autonomous government of Catalonia. Top down from the government to the people. The people, the crowds, all this imagery that we get, all this imagery is what I've described in other situations, to play act, people who like to play act, who really, I mean, there's good weather, people have free time, they don't work, many they don't study, they have subsidies, they have some money, and they have free time, spare time. So many people, the crowds for independence of Catalonia, they're often just people who are out there to enjoy the weather, enjoy the street life, which is very common in Spain, obviously, to play act, okay, some theater, to play act, like, hey, we're for a country, oh, super nation, oh, we're, it's you get some affinity, some feeling of belonging to a group, so, and there's also lots of low-income people who believe the independence of Catalonia, they believe in the independence of Catalonia as a means to improve their social economic situation. Okay, so all those crowds, you could divide them in many groups. Often, many don't speak Catalan. Maybe they don't have even Catalan ancestry. They're just in it for the fun. They're in it for the street life. They're in it to play act, or they're in it to have something to do during the day. Or in many cases because they actually believe this narrative, this false narrative, that the independence of Catalonia would bring them prosperity, okay, at the expense of the rest of Spain probably, okay, but they believe this narrative which the autonomous government of Catalonia has been pumping, you know, these lies about, oh, we would be like the Denmark of Southern Europe, we would be super rich country, oh, everything would be so cool, you know, and many people have believed that narrative, and that's part of the support to the independence movement of Catalonia on the street level. But as I say, it's a top-down from the government, the autonomous government of Catalonia, to the people, not the other way around. I mean, don't pretend to make it something genuine from the people and all that. I mean,
Catalan Parliament made a call for a referendum.
The Catalan Parliament made a call for a referendum. Yeah, I think you mean about 6 and 7 September 2017 in the Catalan Parliament. Okay, I encourage everyone to research about 6 and 7 September 2017 Catalan Parliament. I'll write it here. Okay, it's very important. These 2 days appear to be crucial to understand all the problem with the independence of Catalonia and 1 October referendum and all of that. Okay, 6th and 7th September 2017 Catalan Parliament. To my knowledge, within hours, the Spanish and Catalan constitutions were blown up by the Catalan nationalists, and fellow deputies lost their voices. I mean, their voices, their rights, their basic rights, they lost them. Fellow deputies in the parliamentary arc. So to research, I'd put here a few topics. So first of all, for example, Carme Forcadell, I'll write the name here. She's very key figure here in all this topic. Okay, so she's the president of the Parliament of Catalonia, the president. Okay, she's supposed to be neutral because she's the president of the Parliament of Catalonia. She shouldn't have any inclination towards any political ideology. Well, let me tell you, she's a fanatic for the independence of Catalonia. Okay, so there you see what kind of professionality we have here in the Parliament of Catalonia. Neutrality, well, you figured that out. Okay, so no, good salaries and fanatic ideology. Okay, so that's what you find in the public administration in Catalonia nowadays. Fanatism, radical fanatism for Catalan nationalism, Catalan separatism, or independence for Catalonia, as you want to call it, and good salaries. They actually get good salaries. And yeah, Carme Forcadell, it's very important that you know that she argued that political parties in favor of independence, so that is together, this was in 2015, I believe, in the regional elections of 27 September 2015, in the days prior or the weeks or prior, she gave a conference, and she argued that political parties in favor of the independence, so this coalition of political parties called Together for the Yes, Together for the Yes coalition, Junts pel Sí. So these are the Catalan people. Okay, and this coalition, the Junts pel Sí, the Together for the Yes, represented the real people of Catalonia. The rest of the political parties in Catalonia do not represent the Catalan people. I'll play you the footage.
Els partits espanyols que hi ha a Catalunya, com Ciudadanos i el Partit Popular, que no s'hauria de dir Partit Popular de Catalunya, sinó Partit Popular a Catalunya. Aquests són els nostres adversaris. La resta som el poble català.
Okay, but that's very, very important. I mean, this woman, this is fanatism. I mean, she says that in Catalonia, only those people supporting the parties, but at that time I believe she wasn't yet the president of Catalonia, of the Parliament of Catalonia, but she was arguing that only the Junts pel Sí, the Together for the Yes, only the pro-independence political parties in the Catalan Parliament, they were the representatives of the Catalan people. The rest, they were not representatives of the Catalan people. Incredible, incredible. And nowadays she's the president of the Parliament, the Catalan Parliament, and she was president while 6th and 7th September 2017.
Els partits espanyols que hi ha a Catalunya, com Ciudadanos i el Partit Popular, que no s'hauria de dir Partit Popular de Catalunya, sinó Partit Popular a Catalunya. Aquests són els nostres adversaris. La resta som el poble català.
Okay, so important stuff here. It's legal, technical, but it's really worth noting. It's ley del referéndum. This is a law of the referendum, or complete sentence, Ley del Referéndum de Autodeterminación de Cataluña. I'll write the words here, Ley del Referéndum de Autodeterminación de Cataluña. This is law of the referendum for the autodetermination of Catalonia. Okay, this is very important, Ley del Referéndum, and also another very important law, Ley de Transitoriedad Jurídica. Ley de Transitoriedad Jurídica. That is the law of legal transition. I'll translate it as such. A law of legal transition. These two laws are very important. Okay, if you have the time and the will, I encourage you to research it. And also, well, I believe in 6th and 7th September 2017 in the Catalan Parliament, Carme Forcadell, the president of the Catalan Parliament, I believe she did an alteration of the plan of the day. That's called in Spanish alteración del orden del día. Alteration, so she changed the order of things in the day, the plan of the day. I believe this happened, and she proposed a voting without notifying it in advance. To my knowledge, some of this stuff happened. Like I say, I'm not an expert in these legal issues, but if you know about the topic or you want to know more, I'd really encourage you to find out about this stuff. Ley del Referéndum de Autodeterminación de Cataluña and Ley de Transitoriedad Jurídica. And 6th and 7th September 2017 in Catalan Parliament. And Carme Forcadell as the president of the president of the Catalan Parliament. Okay, and I wanted to play you two small clips. This belong to a video I found online in YouTube. The channel is Es Noticia, Es Noticia, and it's published, this video, in 6th September 2017. The video is called Tensa votación de la Ley de Referéndum de Cataluña. That's the title of the video in this Es Noticia YouTube channel, published on 6th September 2017. Okay, and these two clips I'm gonna play you are minute number 6 and minute number 11. These two clips, I think, they're very, very important because I believe this is the exact moment where the coup d'état is taking place. I mean, there are coup d'états which are military. They're usually military. Everybody recognizes the military ones. You know, with the tanks, they go into the parliament. So that's the coup d'état military, the classical coup d'état as we imagine it, military. But there are also legal coup d'états. So here is the coup d'état, the legal coup d'état taking place in the Catalan Parliament. I believe these are the two key days, 6th and 7th September 2017, Catalan Parliament. And I believe this video contains much of it. And I'm going to play you two clips in which two parliamentaries, two deputies, say very, very important things. The first speaks in Spanish, and the second one speaks in Catalan. I'll translate you their sentences. So the first one is Carlos Carrizosa Torres. Carlos Carrizosa Torres from Ciudadanos Political Party. Ciudadanos Political Party. Carlos Carrizosa Torres. This is the first guy speaking. And the second guy speaking is Joan Coscubiela. Joan Coscubiela from Catalonia Sí que es pot Political Party. So Catalonia, yes, it's possible. Catalonia, yes, it's possible political party. Catalonia sí que es pot, Joan Coscubiela. So the first clip, the guy, I mean Carlos Carrizosa Torres, the deputy from Ciudadanos Political Party, he says, all this other half of the hemicycle represents less votes than this, our half of the hemicycle. And they're committing an abuse against democracy and the Catalans. So that's a very important note. I'll play you the clip.
Ustedes están cometiendo un abuso, toda esta mitad del hemiciclo que representan menos votos que esta otra mitad, están cometiendo un abuso contra la democracia y contra los catalanes.
And the second clip from Joan Coscubiela, Catalunya Sí que es pot Political Party. Very, very interesting quotes. He talks in Catalan. I'll translate it for you. Okay, this is not about rules. This is about the deep essence of democracy. No majority in any democratic parliament of the world is unlimited. No majority may agree to suspend the rights of the parliamentaries as today is being done. The rights of the political parties are not available for the majorities to own. Okay, this is minute 11. of the sorry, that was German. 11 minute 11 of the video I was talking to you about.
Diputats i diputades, això no només va de reglament, això no només va d'observança de regles democràtiques, això va profundament de l'essència de la democràcia. Cap majoria, en cap parlament democràtic del món és il·limitada. Cap majoria pot acordar que deixen suspens els drets dels parlamentaris com avui s'està fent. És que crec que hauria de ser fàcil poder explicar que els drets dels ciutadans, els drets dels partits polítics, no són disponibles per les majories. És a dir, el dret a l'avortament de la... El dret...
So very, very important stuff. I mean, very legal, technical, but here is taking place the coup d'état. Very important parts of the issue.
The Catalan parliament made a call for a referendum. The Spanish government declared the vote illegal.
The Spanish government declared the vote illegal? I mean, again, I believe it was not the government, but the Constitutional Court of Spain, okay, that declared the referendum illegal. I'll play you the clip. Again, I think I've played it before to you. This comes from Euronews Spanish, 7th September 2017. Okay, the clip says, I'll translate for you, the Constitutional Court suspends the law of the referendum for the autodetermination of Catalonia and the decree of the call for the popular consultation of October the 1st. The Constitutional Court made this call one day after this controversial law was approved in the Catalan Parliament.
El Tribunal Constitucional suspende la ley del referéndum de autodeterminación de Cataluña y el decreto de convocatoria de la consulta popular para el 1 de octubre. La justicia se ha pronunciado un día después de que el Parlamento aprobara la controvertida ley.
Euronews Spanish, 7th September 2017.
The Spanish government declared the vote illegal. Thousands of police were sent to seize ballot papers, raid pro-independence media offices, shut down hundreds of websites, and arrested 14 Catalan government officials without any court orders.
The Spanish government shut down hundreds of websites and arrested 14 Catalan government officials. Yeah, well, they did their job, okay, the police did their job, and they were court orders. So yeah, these were court orders. I believe this is Juzgado de Instrucción número 13 de Barcelona. This you can find in the news. This is El País newspaper, well-recognized newspaper in Spain. And it says, La justicia desmonta la organización del referéndum ilegal de Cataluña. Justice dismantles the organization of the referendum, the illegal referendum of Catalonia. This is news from 21st September 2017, okay? elpaís.com newspaper. Okay, so it was justice who dismantled the referendum, okay? Who gave the orders and to arrest the 14 people.
As Catalans attempted to vote peacefully.
As Catalans attempt to vote peacefully. Yeah, peacefully and illegally, you should add as well. I mean, the referendum was declared illegal, like it or hate it, but that is a fact, and it's a key issue here, and you're not even mentioning it, okay? And how is it peaceful if police had to drag people out, okay? How is it peaceful? I mean, again, passive resistance is also resistance, and is therefore not peaceful, okay? I mean, and also, if you check the footage of the 1st October 2017 in Catalonia, the referendum, you'll find out that children were actually used as human shields sometimes, okay? So they would protect themselves. Some people trying to go to vote, they would protect themselves with children. They were carrying their children on their shoulders, for example, so making it even more difficult for police to stop them, you know, because it's much more complicated and they need to be much more careful. And many times you see that people, the police, they need to use the force. I mean, not obeying the law, not obeying the policemen, and the policemen have no alternative. Okay, they have no alternative but to drag people. And often you see in the footage that they throw the people, they pull them, and they end up falling or being thrown, as you prefer, on the floor, but they act like, hey, what are you doing to me, policeman? What are you doing to me? You threw me to the floor. Hey, oh my God. So playing act and so victimhood. I mean, you really need to check the footage. I mean, you see the crowds being pulled out of the crowd. Policemen go there to the school, you know, to the school where they're doing the votes, and they start pulling people out, and you know, they land on the floor, whether they're thrown or they fall or combination of both. Maybe they're thrown and they fall. both of those happen. But the way they act is like, hey, you look what you did to me. You threw me to the floor. What are you doing? Like complaining to the policeman. You know, it's like so much victimhood. So much victimhood. It's incredible. It reminds to those football players that all of a sudden they fall. They always fall near the goal, you know, like, oh, they were going to score a goal. And he felt, you know, and trying to get a penalty for them, a penalty kick for them. Like playing act and trying to get the referee to call them to give them a free kick penalty, a penalty kick, right? So playing act and victimhood. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, just check the footage. I would encourage people to really check the footage of 1st October 2017 and Catalonia, the referendum.
As Catalans attempted to vote peacefully, Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European member state.
Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European member state. Whoa. Wait a second. There's lots of things to say here. I mean, my goodness. Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European member state. I mean, come on. Spanish police used a degree of force that demonstrators wanted to have applied on them. Okay? If they wanted no force applied on them, all they had to do was to leave peacefully the place, as police had previously demanded. Okay, so if you don't want police violence being applied on you, just do what policemen say. I mean, it's really simple. So if there was any violence applied by the police, it's just the degree that people want applied on them. I mean, that's very, very important to understand. Also, you say European member state.
Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European member state.
What the hell is a European member state? I mean, do you mean European Union member state, or do you mean European state? Okay, because if you mean a European state, just open a history book about Europe, and I am sure you will be easily convinced that there have been used much higher degrees of violence by police or forces in European states before. Okay, so European state. Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European state. If you mean European state, I don't think so. European states in the past, please open history books, there has been higher and much higher degrees of violence and force applied on citizens, okay, in European states. Now, if you mean European Union member states, well then, please let me remind you about police brutality in Greece, protests against protesters in Athens 2010, 2011. Okay, you might want to check that out. You might want to check out also Paris police brutality 2016 in labor protests. Okay, protesters protesting for labor rights and things like that. I believe this was in 2016. Also Hamburg riots and police. This was in the eve of the G20 summit. And you don't need to go so far away. Even in Spain itself, in Madrid, you also had protesters being faced with police brutality and violence. And it's not just, and I've just named a few cases, okay? There have been many cases in Europe, in the Western world, in developed world, in the not developed world, everywhere. There have been many cases, and in the European Union as well. I just named a very, very few ones. I believe I'm forgetting many that I haven't named, and I don't want to really remember because I obviously don't like these things, obviously. And but the one I want to talk about especially is the violence of the Mossos d'Esquadra, again, the Catalan police, and this was in 2011, 27th March 2011. Okay, I encourage everyone to research that a little bit, check out the videos, go out and check the footage, the videos of the Mossos d'Esquadra, the Catalan police, in 27th March May 27th May 2017. I'll write it here. Okay, how the Catalan police emptied the Plaza Catalunya. Plaza Catalunya, 27th May 2011. A very important date. Okay, Catalan Square. Catalan Square, and people are the policemen are removing the Catalan police are removing the people from there. Okay, so, and this is very, very important. I really encourage people to check these videos, okay, because you see here's a very big issue that I have with this young lady doing this video here. I mean, you see, the Catalan police is famous in Spain for having been extremely violent. Yet this Catalan separatist doing this video, okay, this propaganda for Catalan nationalism, okay, first, she doesn't talk about it, but secondly, it accuses the Spanish police of being extremely violent, okay? So she doesn't just only not talk about the brutality of the Catalan police, but she's even shameless enough to accuse the other side, the Spanish police, of being extremely violent. You know, I mean, the degree of cynicism here, I mean, it's really off the charts. And that's why really many Spaniards, when we watch this video, we really get angry. We really get literally very, very angry. This video gets you in rage. I mean, it's just so frustrating because the degree of cynicism. You accuse the Spanish police of using, you said, Spanish police use a degree of force never seen before. Never seen before. Yeah, what? You don't need to go further away than Catalonia. And look, Catalan police. They've been much harder, much more violent. Please check the footage. That is 27th May 2011. Catalan police, Mossos d'Esquadra, as they are called, emptying Plaza Catalunya, Catalunya Square, okay? I mean, check that footage and then compare. I mean, that was real violence, that was really strong violence. So it's incredible. So either way, whether you meant European member state or European state, your assertions are completely just not true. And the cynicism you're using here, young lady, in this video is, as I said, off the charts. I mean, it's just... I mean, world class record. I mean, it's incredible. It's just incredible.
Spanish police used a degree of force never seen before in a European member state. Despite threats and violence, we managed to vote at the end.
We managed to vote in the end. Okay, you managed to vote, yeah. And sometimes voted actually more than they perhaps should have voted, okay? I mean, you have, for example, recognized media outlets reporting irregularities, so strange, weird things happening in the referendum. People vote up to 4 times. Some vote as foreigners. Foreigners, quote unquote. Okay, this is El Confidencial, elconfidencial.com. It's a well-known news outlet. Okay, so here you see a screenshot of the news. It basically says, well, irregularidades en el referéndum. Gente que vota 4 veces, votos extranjeros. So, uncommonalities and strange things in the referendum. People voting 4 times, votes as foreigners, quote unquote, I mean, and ... I mean, you know, and this is from, I don't have the dates, but I'll try to put it in the edition of the video. Yeah, but this is referring to 1st October 2017. Referendum for independence in Catalonia. And also a very interesting thing, so you managed to vote, yeah, and it didn't really matter whether you managed to vote or not, because here are very interesting news as well. This is from La Razón. Okay, I'll show it to you quickly and I'll describe it to you immediately. Okay, La Razón.es, larazón.es, larazón.es, also well-known news outlet. Así es el referéndum. Voto en plena calle y urnas que llegan llenas a los colegios. So this is how the referendum is. Votes in the middle of the street and ballot boxes that arrived full to schools. Already full, okay? And I really encourage you to check out those videos, because you see a little bit piece of the footage here. You see that's a garbage bag, okay? In the middle of the street. I think it's a rainy day, so it's raining and people are there. They were running towards the school where the voting is supposed to take place, and these garbage bags, they were containing the ballot boxes. One of those boxes, or several boxes, they fell on the floor, okay? And and you see people, you see it from the hands down there, the hands. She's picking up all those things. I mean, she's picking votes. The ballot boxes were full with votes before the voting, okay? And you can hear, if you watch the video, you can hear from the footage, tranquilos. Tranquilos means tranquilos, which means calm down. No pasa res. Doesn't happen anything. Nothing happened. Don't worry. Nothing happened. You know, they're talking in Catalan, but they're saying no pasa res. Nothing is happening. Nothing happened. Don't worry. And shh, you also hear shh, people saying shh, you know, shh. So please check those videos out about the ballot boxes falling. I'll write you some keywords here for you in Spanish to check those videos. It's really incredible. You see how the people are concerned and they start picking all the papers, you know, because they were the votes. The ballot boxes, they were full, and people, when these boxes fall on the ground and you see all the votes on the floor, you hear people saying shh. No pasa res, nothing's happening. Don't worry. Just pack things, just pack it all up and don't worry. I mean, it's incredible.
Registrado esta imagen, atención. Papeletas que iban al caerse la urna, se cae al suelo. Estaba siendo transportada dentro de una bolsa negra, que esas imágenes sí que las habíamos visto, lo de la bolsa negra. Lo que no lo teníamos era esta otra imagen.
¿Qué había dentro?
Y de ella caen, pues no sé si decenas o centenares de papeletas que se apresuran a recoger.
So, yeah, back to the point of this young lady. So we managed to vote in the end. Yeah, you managed to vote in the end, but and some managed to vote more times than they should, up to 4 times, and it didn't really even matter whether they voted, whether you managed to vote or not, because in the end the ballot boxes were already full. Okay, so worth noting.
Despite threats and violence, we managed to vote at the end. 2.3 million people, 90% of us in favor of independence.
So 2.3 million people voted, 90% for independence. Okay, yeah, according to who? To Omnium Cultural and its lies, like your video, okay, Omnium Cultural, the entity paying for the video you're producing, I believe, okay, from the public organization belonging to the government of Catalonia. I mean, according to who? These figures, 2.3 million voted and 90% for independence. It's according to the same government that has done a coup d'etat on 6th and 7th September 2017 in the Catalan parliament. The same government whose president was never chosen in an election, but rather appointed by finger, Carles Puigdemont. I mean, according to who are these figures true? According to you, who say that the Spanish, the police applied a degree, or the Spanish government applied a degree of force never seen before in a European Union member state or European country for that matter? I mean, according to who? And not satisfied, Carles Puigdemont, not satisfied with never being chosen in an election, but rather appointed by finger, he goes around, or he seems to go around, accusing others of not being democratic, like the Spanish government. Okay? According to who? According to the government that says that 900 people, approximately 900 people, were injured in October the 1st in Catalonia in the referendum, yet we haven't seen any photos of injured people in hospitals like we did in the terror attacks of August 2017 in Catalonia, in Barcelona. I mean, according to who? According to who are these figures? Okay, and again, I'll remind you about people voting up to 4 times. Okay, voting up to 4 times, or in the name of being like foreigners. Okay, so without identification, without ID card, identification card, document. So, I mean, 2.3 million people voted, 90% for independence. Yeah, yet some people voted 4 times, up to 4 times, and yet we had footage of ballot boxes that were full before the referendum. Okay, that fell on the floor, and people picked up all those votes that were already inside the ballot boxes before being the voting even opened. I mean, okay, so pretending that those referendum results have any kind of validity simply implies not taking democracy seriously at all. I mean, and being a million times closer to a fascist than a democrat. Although we all know that the motto of the independence movement of Catalonia, the Catalan separatists or nationalists, is we're Democrats, we're all Democrats, we're all about democracy, we're super Democrats. I mean, always saying, like Raul Romeva in the interview, you know, in the BBC, you know, we're Democrats, democracy, we're all about democracy. I mean, it's all about democracy, you know. But yet, you're taking all these figures with all this dubious background, all this evidence of fraud, and then you say, oh no, 2.3 and 2.3, even with decimals, you know, 2.3.
2.3 million people, 90% of us in favor of independence.
Million people voted, 90% for independence. Oh yeah! I mean, come on. I mean, seriously, bro. I mean, this stuff is just crazy.
Spanish officials, including the king, have not condemned police violence. Quite the opposite. They have arrested the two leading civil society figures of the pro-independence movement. They are being accused of sedition and face up to 15 years in prison.
Spanish officials have not condemned police violence. Well, like I say, there's really nothing to condemn. I mean, they asked people to leave, and if they don't, they have to remove the people. What should they do? Should they hand flowers? Should they hand candy? I mean, what were you expecting? What were people expecting apart from police violence? I mean, if police asks demonstrators to leave and they don't, from that very moment on, the demonstrators are actually breaking the law. I mean, peaceful resistance is also resistance. Okay, police provide legal violence. Okay, and the degree of force they apply depend only on what the demonstrators are willing to take, because they have no obligation to take any. They can just do what the policemen say. Police tell them to leave, they leave, no violence. Okay, it's really that simple. So peaceful resistance is also resistance. Okay, and the Spanish police had a very difficult task, and they did a great job. I mean, to my knowledge, they did a great job. And obviously, nobody's happy with what happened. Okay, obviously, we all wish it never happened, something like that. But Spanish police did a very good and very professional job. Okay, that's really, I just can't stress that point enough. And if there's anything, so there's really nothing Spanish officials should condemn, the way I see it. And by the way, they actually apologized. Okay, so this is from bbc.com in Spanish. Okay, bbc.com, they say, el gobierno de España se disculpa por las cargas policiales durante el referéndum en Cataluña. That is, the government of Spain apologizes for the police force during the referendum in Catalonia. This is from 6th October 2017. Okay, 6th October 2017, the Spanish government apologizes for the police force used during the referendum in Catalonia. BBC.com, I mean, BBC is a well-recognized news outlet. Okay, and it was produced, this is news from 6th October 2017. Your video, without comments, I remind the audience that your video does not allow comments. Okay, with comments disabled, and nobody can see how many people like your video or dislike it. Okay, so your video was published, I believe, on 16th October, so 10 days later. Well, 10 days later. So I don't know when you filmed this video, but it's certainly not true. The government did apologize. Okay, you said
Spanish officials, including the king, have not condemned police violence.
Spanish officials, including the king, have not condemned police violence. Well, actually, they did apologize. They did apologize. Okay, so they did apologize, but from my personal opinion, I believe they acted very professionally and they did a very good job. Okay, and as I say, if they had to pull old ladies by the hair, it's actually the lady that's offering resistance and not giving any other alternative to the policeman. Okay, you only see the video, you only see the footage of the policeman dragging the old lady by the hair. Okay, so you say, oh my god, police, Spanish police, oh how bad they are. Okay, but you're forgetting about the previous minutes where police were asking people to leave kindly, and then they started to pull people by the hand, by the wrist probably. Okay, and then by the arm, and then by the waist, and then by the torso, and finally, when there's no alternative, maybe they did that, okay? But I mean, come on. I mean, really, come on.
Spanish officials, including the king, have not condemned police violence. Quite the opposite. They have arrested the two leading civil society figures of the pro-independence movement. They are being accused of sedition and face up to 15 years in prison.
They have arrested the two Jordis of the pro-independence movement. Okay, yeah, you mean the two Jordis? These two Jordis here? These two Jordis? Yeah, I think you mean these two Jordis. Closer look. Okay, you can just go to the source, because I don't know if from the quality of the image you'll be able to see it well. But this is Periodista Digital, periodistadigital.com. Periodista Digital, and they put a news, and this is from 18 October 2017, and the title is called El vídeo redentor de los santurrones Jordis pisoteando un coche de la Guardia Civil. Okay, el vídeo redentor de los santurrones Jordis. The reason I'm not going to translate you this title of this news is because me myself, I'm not very familiar with the words used here in this phrasing. The video redentor, the redemptory video of the santurrones. Santurrones is like santo. I guess it comes from santo. It means like the very nice guys, no, the goodies Jordis, goody Jordis. I believe so. I'm not so sure. I mean, the point here, the important part here is Jordi Sánchez, Jordi Cuixart, okay, I'll write the names here in video edition, I'll write the names, from ANC, Asamblea Nacional Catalana, and Òmnium Cultural, I'll write all the keywords here, and this is from, the news is from 18 October 2017. So these two Jordis are here. This, I believe, is the demonstration 20 September, but I'm not sure. It could be 21st September or 22. I'm not sure right now. I'll try to check it in video edition, and maybe I'll write the note here. So the point is that these two Jordis arrested, according to this young lady, they have arrested the two Jordis, the leading figures of the pro-independence movement. So these are the two Jordis, okay, standing up there. And do you know where they're standing up? You guessed it well. They're standing on top of this. Maybe not this car exactly, I don't know, but this is, they're standing pisoteando, that's what the news says. Pisoteando means stepping on. Pisoteando un coche de la Guardia Civil. Stepping on the car of a civil guard. So from one of the bodies of the national police of Spain. Okay, so they were promoting vandalic actions. Okay, they were in these protests. Okay, the cars, you see, they ended destroyed. I've commented already this news from ABC. No, sorry, Libertad Digital, and from El País. You can see 18 pictures, 18 photos of those protests. Okay. So there you go. There you have it. There you have it. So these two Jordis, they were standing on top of a car of the police, and they have been arrested. They could be arrested for sedition. That would be nice, in my opinion, because they really did some stuff. I don't know exactly what they did, but they have been arrested for vandalic actions or encouraging vandalic actions. To my knowledge, that's the reason why they've been arrested. Okay, it would be nice they would be arrested for sedition, because like I say, they did some demagogia. At least I remember one of those saying, "We are for independence of Catalonia. We are the yes," and others are against it. They are the no. You know, I mean, so demagogia, so demagogic. You know, like, oh God, yes, the yes. You see, actually, you see the yes here. Sí. S-I. S-I means sí. Okay, so it's the yes that means yes for independence. And the flags, one of the two flags for the independence of Catalonia here. Okay, that's with a star. So you know these are separatists. They're not Catalans. No, they're not Catalans. They're Catalan separatists or nationalists, or for the independence of Catalonia, as you want to call it. Anyway, and since we're on the topic, pro-independence movement, the leading figures of the pro-independence movement. Okay, well, let me ask you a question, young lady. Who are the figures for the against independence movement? Who are the against the leading figures of the against independence movement, or the no for the independence movement of Catalonia? That would be a very good question, because actually, as I've heard in an interview, I think nobody in Spain knows who they are against the independence, or in Catalonia for that matter, because to my knowledge, that never existed, this campaign for the no of the independence. It was like a one-side campaign, yes for the independence. So it was a referendum whether for independence of Catalonia, for or against, but there was only a campaign for independence, okay? And politicians, sure, you guessed it, they would argue, well, look, if there is not a no, there's not such campaign, it means that nobody wants it. Or they start to do things like that, you know, they start with the trickery games and things like that. Okay, but the truth is, because it's illegal, okay, that's the reason there's not a no movement or a no campaign for the independence of Catalonia. There was only a yes. And I really want to reference a guy who's really cool guy from interviews. He's called Jordi Évole, and he did an interview to Carles Puigdemont, that is the president of Catalonia and of the government of Catalonia. And in the interview, this was Salvados, program Salvados, like saved, Salvados, and the TV channel La Sexta. La Sexta is a TV channel famous in Spain, very well known. And this was, I believe, aired in 24 September 2017. Okay, yeah, I'll put some sources here like YouTube. Well, the keywords are Carles Puigdemont con Jordi Évole, referéndum independentista al descubierto. Divulgación de grabaciones. The YouTube channel is Divulgación de Grabaciones, published in YouTube the 9th of October 2017, I believe. Okay, so I'll put the reference here, and I paraphrase Jordi Évole, the interviewer, because he really, if you understand Spanish, I really encourage you to hear this interview. I don't know at what minute exactly he says it. Maybe in video edition, maybe I'll include it here as a note written in text here on the screen. But he's really good because he's so human. He's so human, Jordi Évole, with so much emotion, so much, you feel it so human, and the way he talks. It's a great interview. And he asks, I'll paraphrase him, is there such thing as a no campaign? I think if there is such a campaign, they have likely zero chance of winning the referendum. Okay, so basically he's coming to the conclusion, like with all Catalans and all Spaniards, there's not such thing as a no campaign for the independence of Catalonia. There's only a yes campaign. So it's totally unfair referendum. And like I say, politicians would argue, obviously, oh, there's not a no campaign, it means that nobody wants a no, you know, things like that. But this is very important, because like I said, it was a referendum, 1st October 2017. It was an October one-sided referendum organized by one side, for one side, all promoted, all financed by organizations like Òmnium Cultural, ANC, public organizations, public money, public interest of the government, autonomous government of Catalonia. So it was all top down from the government, like a show, to that referendum. I mean, it's just so incredible. And then they claim to be Democrats, you know. Then the separatists, like this girl, they claim to be Democrats. They're Democrats. Oh yeah, they're Democrats. And they feel entitled, and as if it wasn't enough, they feel entitled to lecture everyone else about democracy. They go around lecturing people about democracy. So, I mean, the degree of cynicism, I mean, it's just so cynical. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. But I'll move on.
The two leading civil society figures of the pro-independence movement. They are being accused of sedition and face up to 15 years in prison. Further crackdowns are threatened if we continue to pursue our freedom.
As we continue to pursue our freedom. Oh, poor you. Poor you. I mean, you mean your fascist theft, maybe. Not freedom, no, fascist theft. I mean, it's not exactly the same thing, okay? It's not exactly the same thing. You're free to leave Spain. You're already free. But you're not free to steal a piece of my country. through your demagogia, your demagoguery, okay, your fascist style of propaganda, your totally undemocratic and fraudulent referendum. Okay, you're not free to do that. You pursued your freedom. You're talking about a fascist theft. Okay, it's not exactly the same thing as pursuing freedom. Okay, you're already free. You're free to leave Spain. That's not a problem.
Further crackdowns are threatened if we continue to pursue our freedom. We are European citizens just like you, and we need your help.
We're European citizens just like you. I mean, hear it in the background.
We are European citizens just like you, and we need your help.
Do you hear it?
Just like you, and we need you, and we need you, and you, and...
I mean, where are you shooting? Where are you shooting? Where are you shooting this video? Is this Jurassic Park? I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's Jurassic Park, and there's some dinosaurs in the background, and maybe some velociraptors are eating people alive. I don't know. I mean, we're European citizens just like you. I mean, come on, and stop crying, for heaven's sake. Stop crying. Cut the crap, man. Just cut the crap. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Where are you? In Jurassic Park? I mean, somebody's attacking you. You're in shark-infested waters. What is this? It's just incredible. This is just so incredible.
We are European citizens just like you, and we need your help to defend democracy and freedom.
We need your help to defend democracy and freedom. Democracy and freedom? I mean, I don't think so. I think you mean something else. I think you mean totalitarianism and fascism, okay? So you don't mean we need your help to defend democracy and freedom. You actually probably mean we need your help for totalitarianism and fascism, okay? Just like in the case of we continue to pursue our freedom, you probably mean you continue to pursue your fascist theft. So here you're talking about totalitarianism and fascism. I mean, just to put the record straight here, okay?
Just like you, and we need your help to defend democracy and freedom. Please, don't look away.
I mean, what you're pretending with this video is to say to people, look, I mean, we need your help, okay, you to stop paying attention to other matters, to other issues affecting Europe, okay, so other problems in Europe, like the Ukraine, for example. Stop paying attention to Ukraine, okay, it's not important, Ukraine, and pay all of your attention to us, okay? That's what the young lady wants to actually say, probably, with this video.
Please, don't look away.
Stop paying attention to other problems in Europe, such as the Ukraine, and pay attention to us, all of your attention to us, okay? Because we're trying to do a totalitarian and fascist theft. And with your help, you can put some pressure and help push in our direction so we can achieve our successful theft of a piece of the country with our fraudulent referendum. There you go. That's exactly what you probably mean. Let's be clear what we're talking about, okay?
Please, don't look away. What's happening here in Catalonia, it's not a Spanish internal affair. It concerns to each and every European citizen.
Please, don't look away. Don't look away. Okay? Don't look to others. Don't pay attention to anyone or anything else. Okay? Pay all your attention to us. Only to us. Look at us. Look how poor we are and how good we are. Okay? And how innocent we are. And how we suffer. And how bad the Spanish are. Just look at us.
Please, don't look away.
Don't look at any other problem in Europe. Particularly Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't matter. Forget about Ukraine. That's not important. Just pay all of your attention to us. Okay? Look how we suffer. Look how good we are. How bad the Spanish are treating us. Oh my God.
Please, don't look away. Just like you, and we need you, and we need you, and you, and...
Oh my God.
Share this video with your friends, family, and representatives. Now, before it's too late.
Share this video. No, before it's too late. Before it's too late. Yeah, I think what she meant is something else. Let me say what I think she actually meant. Yeah, share this video. Share it as much as possible so we can fool as many people as possible, okay? Share it among Europe so that we can fool as many Europeans as possible, okay? And create political awareness to put pressure in our political direction to promote and help our fascist theft. Okay, so now, before it's too late, share this video as much as possible before it's too late and the Spanish government actually puts us all in jail. Share it quickly, very quickly. Everybody needs to know. We need to steal very quickly. We don't have so much time for stealing. Oh God.
Now, before it's too late, help Catalonia, save Europe.
Help Catalonia screw what? I think I've misheard something. Help Catalonia screw what? What do you want to screw? Help Catalonia screw Europe. Okay. Help separatist Catalonia screw Europe. Okay, now I understand what you mean. Now we know what we're talking about here. Okay, now it's clear. Okay, yeah. Support our coup d'etat. Okay, basically that's what you're asking. I mean, you could summarize all the whole video like, please support our coup d'etat. Okay, we're very good. We're very innocent. We're really good. We're really Democrats. We're really peaceful. We're pacifists. There you go. Support our coup d'etat, please. Immediately, we need your help very quickly before the Spanish government discovers it and puts us all in jail. Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, finishing off, I wanted to add a couple of quick notes. Rumor has it that some of the footage shown here in this video of Help Catalonia, Save Europe is actually footage from police brutality from other parts of Spain, maybe of the world even. But I believe that they didn't happen, some of this footage in 1st October 2017 in Catalonia. I believe I've heard someone say this could be footage from police interventions in Galicia. Galicia is northwest of Spain, another region, from another date. But I don't know the topic so well. I just wanted to put the record straight and make it clear that there's a possibility that some of the imagery used here, some of the footage that this girl uses, is actually from other police interventions. To my knowledge, the possibility exists. Okay, and I'll reiterate once again that police, in my opinion, did a great job, and I believe most Spaniards would agree with that, and absolutely most Catalans too. Honest Catalans, okay, and maybe not the ones of Òmnium Cultural and these branches of the Catalan government which pushed this political agenda of Catalan separatism, Catalan nationalism, or Catalan independence, as you want to call it. Okay, I mean. It was a very difficult job for the police, 1st October 2017. The Spanish police, it was a very difficult job. The Guardia Civil and the Policía Nacional, they had a very difficult task, a very difficult job to do. And many were actually injured, as I've shown you before. Like there's estimated 431. As I've shown you before, there's estimated 431 police who were injured, and I'm very doubtful about the figure of the 900 injured people that the government of Catalonia claim. Okay, I'm very suspicious. I mean, we've seen their propaganda full of lies, packed of lies from the very beginning to the very end. I mean, non-stop lie after lie after lie, brutal hypocrisy and cynicism, brutal cynicism too. I mean, it's just incredible. Okay. And by the way, police apologized. Okay, that's also very important and very worthy of noting. Okay, as I shown you before, the Spanish government apologized for the police force used during the referendum in Catalonia, according to BBC. Okay, so that's also very worthy of noting. Also, another point, additional point that I wanted to make is that this video, there's a reason why I talked several times about Ukraine. You've noticed I've talked several times about Ukraine, because to my knowledge, this video of Help Catalonia is inspired on this other video, okay? This video is called I Am a Ukrainian, okay? I am a Ukrainian, and this girl is bringing awareness about the problems in the Ukraine with all this crisis and the war zone and everything. This, I believe, was published in February, 10th February 2014. Okay, 10th February 2014. I Am a Ukrainian. I encourage you to check out this video, and you'll notice that there's lots of similarities with respect to the video Help Catalonia, Save Europe. Okay, you can see the similarities in terms of emotions, victimhood, structure, narrative, goals, bringing awareness, etc. I mean, although there's some very important difference between both videos that I really want to stress once again. Here we can see how many likes the video has. Okay, down there. Many likes, many dislikes, but okay, you can see them. At least it's open to the public, to public information. And comments are available. Okay, I don't know if it's visible there. This is a screenshot, by the way. Should go without saying, but this is a screenshot. Comments, there are like 20,000 comments, okay, approximately, as of the moment of this screenshot was taken. And yeah, but in Help Catalonia, Save Europe, you cannot see. The likes and dislikes are disabled, they're not visible, and comments are disabled. Comments are disabled. Okay, so I think it's a major difference, the fact that comments are opened or closed, and likes are visible or not visible. Likes and dislikes, they're visible or not. I mean, I think it's really revealing. I think it's a very important thing, you know, because I think you can assume the worst. And in terms of transparency, it's not good at all. It's really not good stuff. I mean, if you cannot see comments are disabled, whenever comments are disabled, you can assume the worst. And it's biased, it's probably not fair, it's probably manipulation, and you can imagine what kind of comments they're trying to protect themselves from. Okay, so it's not necessarily always the case, but I believe more often than not they're trying to hide something. So, and obviously one more reference to the Ukraine, I think is tasteless, simply tasteless, that they would use, Omnium Cultural would base themselves on the Ukrainian case and their video and their drama to promote all these lies, pack of lies. We've already talked, we've already covered. I couldn't find even a simple speck of truth almost in the whole video, just lies after lies after lies. I mean, it's just the most incredible thing, and that they would use the Ukraine and, you know, their footage and their audiovisual material to promote their totalitarianism and their fascism, theft, and all of this is just really sickening, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But anyway, I'll finish here. Just one more point, one last point, a reference. If you understand Spanish, I've done several videos about the independence of Catalonia. I did them in Spanish. If you understand Spanish, I'd really encourage you to check them out. I'd encourage you particularly to visit one in particular, which is La independencia de Cataluña planteada actualmente es fácil pero imposible. La independencia de Cataluña planteada actualmente es fácil pero imposible. That is, the independence of Catalonia as it's portrayed today, it's very easy but impossible. So it's a video in Spanish. If you can understand Spanish, I really recommend you to have a look at that video, okay? So anyway, I'm finished, I'm done with it. So as always, if you like the video, I'd ask you to please give it a good thumbs up. I ask you to subscribe if you haven't done that yet, so that you can be aware of next things that I might share with you, my lovely sailors, my wonderful sailors. And you can also share the video among the other sailors so that they're also aware of the video I've done. And you can also put a message, a comment. That is a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Please, always with respect to me, respect to every person, respect to all rules applicable. Okay. You can also do a donation. That would be very much appreciated. That's at libertadeideas.com, libertadeideas.com. libertadeideas.com. That is freedom of ideas in Spanish, libertadeideas.com. Okay, so donations really help me much to keep producing videos. And yeah, I also recommend you to download the video. It helps me if you have copies of my videos for safety, in case I might need to reconstruct and rebuild the website and the channel. So I'd encourage you to download it in the maximum quality possible. And yeah, really thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.